Hi guys, welcome to a Grimsby extra video. Grimsby Town extra video. Like I said, this isn't quite a something special because I've obviously been doing videos throughout this week. This one is just to tie up the last couple of bits in the last couple of days at Grimsby Town. There's been no other signings, but we have had the pre-season fixtures finally all finalised. We also have the amount of season tickets that have been sold during the early bird period, and also looks like a little bit of news in regards to analyst recruitment side has also come out. But what we'll do is we'll crack on with this video. The first part of it is the pre-season games have now finally all been announced, and there is 7 of them, and in order we play Grimsby Town. That takes place on the 5th of July, and then we go, when I say down the road, I mean down the road to Grimsby Borough to play them there. And then on the 15th of July, we go to Gainsborough Trinity, Ross Wilcox's team. So that should be quite an interesting tie. And then we head over to the Greater Manchester area where Rochdale await. Before our final away trip of pre-season, which will be Boston United, who have just had their manager approached by Hartlepool, but that was rejected by Boston. So it's, like I said, Town, Grimsby Borough, Gainsborough Trinity, Rochdale and Boston United, and the 2 home friendlies. We haven't done that for a little while, but the 2 home friendlies this pre-season are Peterborough United and local rivalry will be somewhat renewed when the Imps come to town. Then off the week before the season kicks off. So, what's my initial opinion on the on the 7 games? Quite a fair spread, I think. Obviously, the usual starter against Town, Grimsby Borough as well. It was the other way around last season. We had Grimsby Borough first and then played Cleethorpes. So it's now the other way around again. But usually those 2, they're usually always the starters to pre-season. Gainsborough we haven't done in a couple of seasons, so that'll be a nice little trip up the road to go to Gainsborough. Should be, like I said, should be a good little game. Then a little trip to obviously National League side Rochdale. Good little club. Good, good club, not just good looking club. Good club. We haven't played them in a few seasons, so it'll be interesting to see how we develop in the throughout that pre-season, and what is starting to become a fairly regular trip in pre-season is Boston. I think that's now starting to become as regular as Cleethorpes or Grimsby Borough. So, but that's the Gentleman Stadium is a lovely stadium. It's a good game, to be fair, to play during again. About an hour down the road from here. It really is a nice little trip to make. And then the two home friendlies, we only had one last season. We've got two this, and both League One outfits, Peterborough and Lincoln. So I'm content with that pre-season program. I think I'm sure some fans would have preferred maybe a couple of others. I saw a fan scrummed up saying, "Why can't we get you guys in a friendly?" That may arrive at some point. So 7 games is quite a good mix, and 2 good home friendlies to get town ready for League 2. The non-league games are a nice build-up, a nice steady build-up. It's 2 National League sides, 1 below that, and then 2 definitely below them. So it's a nice build-up, nice 7 games there for the Mariners. How many of those do you think will win? And how many of those do you think we won't win? I'm confident that we could win all 7. We could also, I think we'll probably win about, I'm going to say at least 4, maybe 5 of them. I think we'll get, who knows. And don't ask me which ones, but because you never know. But a good pre-season set for the Mariners. That came at the end of this week. Also, just announced today was the amount of season tickets that were sold over the early bird time scale, and that, of course, was 4,700 tickets were bought, or as I said, over 4,700 tickets. Season tickets were sold over the period. I think that is very probably a little bit down on what people were maybe expecting. Maybe a little bit. I think it will hit over 5,000 before we kick off the season. Maybe slightly down, but also with everything expected, over 4,700 is a good. It's a good target, but I would probably say definitely down a little bit on last year. But I think it's now people, if they want to basically buy the season tickets, or will they go as and when. But 4,700, good effort, all things considered. 4,700 season tickets sold so far for the upcoming campaign. Let's see whether we can reach that 5,000 mark in the coming days. And the final bit of news for this video is it looks like our player recruitment lead guy, Joe Hutchinson, will be leaving the club. As it was found out by Mike White for confirmation, he's the guy that has been helping sort of with recruitment and stats and analysts and things like that, sort of all sorts of analysis. So he will be leaving the club as well in due course. So thank you to Joe for his efforts in the recruitment process, and we await the new, as Grimsby Town have described it, the player recruitment lead. So we'll see where that goes, but it has been confirmed by Mike White earlier. Grimsby did confirm that Joe was leaving Grimsby in the near future. So disappointing, but he has brought in some, helped bring in some good players over the last 18 months or so that he's been here. So we look forward to see what happens next in that front. I think some fans have been concerned about right on sort of transfer window time. Obviously the window closes in a couple of days. I think it's 4 days. As of recording of this video, to obviously with the Club World Cup, then that opens back up on the 16th. I think plans will already have been put in place for transfers and recruitment. So disappointing, but we look forward to finding out who the new I'm going to say head of recruitment will be, player recruitment will be. We'll find out of that in due course, of course. So good luck to Joe on whatever he does next. And now we go head first into pre-season. Lads will be back in a couple of weeks for pre-season. I'm guessing it'll be around about the 23rd when they'll be returning. So they've at least probably got another 2 weeks before they actually do return. So watch this space. So a little bit of I want to class this video as a tidy up video. The Grimsby Town Extra, the second Grimsby Town Extra of the season. So a new head of recruitment will be made. The pre-season games have been announced. Some good games there. Which ones you're looking forward to? Are you really bothered about pre-season games per such? I'll be going to a few of them, definitely. I suppose just to support my club as you do, and obviously gearing up for the season, which is less than 2 months away. Less than 2 months away, about 7 weeks before the lads are back in action. The first weekend in August is when they will be back. So in action, obviously back fairly soon because of that. So it is the end of the Grimsby Town week. Obviously, we did get Justin Amalazor in at the beginning of the week. That's been our only signing of the summer so far. Obviously, more will be to come, and we'll see exactly who dons the black and white. I know there's hope of the kits being released sometime soon, which I'm sure will happen. When we hear about that, I will obviously bring you that that information. So this is the last video of the week. I just thought I'd let you know the last couple of things that's happened over the remaining days of the week, and unless anything, of course, breaks over the weekend, I will hopefully see you guys next week with another video. And have a good weekend. Have a good summer as well. I'll be back as and when news breaks for Grimsby Town. Do let me know your standout friendly this pre-season. I'm imagining people are going to say Lincoln, but I also think a lot of fans aren't, may skip a few of the lesser ones. Who knows? Let me know what your favourite one is coming in to the pre-season, which starts on July the 5th with Cleethorpes. So let me know down below your thoughts on everything that's happened at the back end of this this week, and I will hopefully see you next week, but I'll see you, of course, very soon in the next one, and any more dealings that are done over the weekend or after the little transfer break. I will be back with any other further Mariners news. In the meantime, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button. That'll let you know when I upload some new content. And in the meantime, guys, I'll see you soon. Up the Mariners and roll on to pre-season. That's all I can say. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you soon. Ta-da.